Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the RawDown with your hosts CJ and Tro. And we are the FCTENT. That's right, we have a little bit of a name change because now Tro is a part of the crew. So we went from FNCENT to FCTENT. And Tro, what's up, my man? How are you?
What is up? I am good.
I'm drinking water here. Um, After the weekend I had, that water tastes pretty delicious. I had a. Did you have a pretty good weekend? You anything fun?
Decent.
Anything fun?
Not really.
No.
No.
Um, I went to Olive Garden for lunch on Friday with my mom and my dad. I had the ravioli and a beer, a Blue Moon, and then that night, me and my dad went to a bar and I did karaoke. We played a couple games of pool, and I'm not ashamed to say he kicked my butt all 4 times.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I tried this IPA beer. Wasn't that great. Wasn't that great. And then last night I had a shot of Fireball and a beer, um, and then I ate some steak and potatoes for dinner. My parents took the nephews out to go see Paw Patrol live, and yeah, so I was left home alone, so I had beer and Fireball. It's all good. Um, but hey, we're not here to talk about Weekend. We're here to talk about wrestling. This week in pro wrestling, now a lot of news has broken out over the past couple days, and we're not going to talk about the shows match by match by match or anything like that. But we are going to talk about some of the big news, and let's talk about this. Talk about the biggest news, or the biggest thing that happened this week. Uh, the CM Punk Seth Rollins promo. That stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
And first of all, CM Punk came out basically, and he was talking about everyone wants to know which brand CM Punk is going to go on, and blah 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 blah. And then he was kind of just milking the crowd, telling a story about when he left almost 10 years ago. And I'm glad that they mentioned that, because I guess they were in the city that he walked out of. Uh,
Yeah.
so we got that kind of we kind of got that closure and all that stuff. And then Seth Rollins' music hits, and he says he doesn't want CM Punk here. Don't call this place your family. They are not your family. This is not your home. This is my home. And he basically told CM Punk, "You don't belong here," right? And a lot of people are drawing comparisons to the Hangman Adam Page promo. Do you? I don't know if you follow AEW enough to.
I mean, it's kind of like the Hangman Adam Page promo, but the Hangman Adam Page promo got off the rails when Hangman Adam Page started talking about like personal stuff, like backstage stuff. I mean, what Seth Rollins is saying is somewhat true, but it's not like airing dirty laundry. It's not like, oh, you left the company because you suck and you went to AEW and you tried to put us out of business. He
Yeah,
said he did say that you went to a company to compete against us, but he wasn't like, oh, you're evil for that and you caused all this drama.
right. Yeah. Um, and then I like seeing Punk's report back when he said he basically said that was your one time to talk to me disrespectfully without me coming after you. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. What are you? If we're gonna do something, just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You talk to me disrespectfully, okay, we got to run it. We got to throw hands at that point. I mean, it just is what it is. Um, and then he signed with Raw, CM Punk, and he is entering the Royal Rumble match. What number do you think he enters at, and does he win?
well, let's say number 20.
Number 20? Okay. Does he win?
No.
No.
Mm, You see, it's hard. I can't really. I don't know because Cody Rhodes needs to get the title opportunity against Roman. That's
Yeah.
the only really way.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you. There's a lot of stars that are going to be in this Rumble. I feel there's going to be
Yeah, but there's only two people who are going to win it.
CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight,
No.
Randy Orton. Everybody is still
Nope.
sleeping on Randy Orton. He came
They're not
back.
going to win.
I'm sorry.
I said it's only going to either be Cody or Punk winning the Rumble.
What about Jay?
No. No, because Jimmy's going to eliminate Jay,
Uh,
and that's going to set up for their match at WrestleMania.
do you think Solo should get involved in that situation?
Nah, Solo's too busy being Solo.
Yeah. See what you did there. That's clever. That's very clever. Um, yeah, I want Cody to finish his story too, but I would not be mad if CM Punk were to win the Rumble match because
I
CM
mean,
Punk get to main event WrestleMania. That's been a goal for him too.
well, he's gonna main event night one against Seth,
Um,
and then Cody finish.
what
Cody
do you
main
think
events
about?
night two.
Did you think that this promo was a plus promo, or do you think that they could have done better, or that they will do better?
I mean, I thought it was fine. It was the first interaction between Punk and Seth,
Right. You
so
don't get all your good material in the first interaction.
yeah, it's good material. I mean, look, they're gonna face off against each other at WrestleMania, so we have more than enough time for them to be going at each other in the coming months.
Right.
It's only December.
True. I mean, yeah, true. It's December. I mean, next month or next week is Christmas.
Yeah,
Which is
they're not even working. They're not even working this week.
they're not working at
They
all
have the
this
whole
week.
no, they have the whole week off.
Oh, there we go. I guess we're gonna do clip shows then. Are you
They
sure about?
taped. Yeah, they taped SmackDown on Friday. They double taped.
They
They
double.
filmed
What about?
SmackDown. Raw might be a best of show, but they might be. You know, no, actually, tomorrow might be the last night that they have to work
Yeah,
because they
and
might.
then
I think they're doing double tape Raw tomorrow,
I think this week would be like that last week that they got to work, and then Friday, they've already got SmackDown the tape, so they're good there.
and
Um,
then they go. Yeah, they are off from Tuesday until the day after Christmas, I believe.
which I mean, props to Triple H for that because I mean
Yeah,
nobody wants to work on the holidays. I mean, everybody wants to be with their family, and
yeah.
one story that we forgot to mention when we were discussing what we were going to talk about today, Liv Morgan got arrested for possession of marijuana.
Mm.
I don't know if you heard about this one, but
Yeah, that's a bit interesting.
do you think they're going to punish her for this?
It's weed. Everybody smokes weed in the locker room. She just so happened to get arrested for it.
She got caught, is what happened.
She got caught. Look, Rob Van Dam smoked so much weed. You look at people in the back and say, "You're not smoking weed." Of course, you're smoking weed.
Well, RVD got caught, but he also was since he got caught, his punishment was like losing the WWE Championship.
Well, that was because he was pulled over, and the cop recognized him.
Oh, well, but was she pulled over or was she just arrested?
I think she was. I mean, she probably would have had to been pulled over to be arrested.
Yeah, yeah. Let me be up on this. Hold up a sec. Let me find out some info here. Ba, 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 ba. Well, I'm looking at all these news on this website. Shout out to NoDQ.com, by the way. That's where I'm getting my news. And they're saying there's news. AEW President Tony Khan calls Brian Danielson the smartest person he's ever known. belief that AEW no longer has working plans for Mercedes Moné. Backstage news regarding. Well, I'm going to read this for myself. Charlotte Flair, we're talking about that. We're still doing Morgan stuff. Oh, here we go, right here. Yeah, Liv Morgan was arrested on Thursday in Sumter County, Florida, following a traffic stop. Johnson noted that Morgan was arrested for possession of marijuana, not more than 20 grams, and possession of drugs, possibly synthetic cannabinoid.
Hmm.
20 grams, is that a lot?
I don't know. I don't smoke weed.
I don't really smoke weed either.
I don't. I mean, it's not enough for her to get in major trouble.
Yeah.
Who is Rick Buckus?
Whoa. Who is Rick Bucket? That's Frank.
Oh,
Whoops. I'm just seeing if that's a lot. 20 grams. What is the cost of 20? I don't want to know what the cost of it. Oh, here we go. Possession of marijuana less than 20, or possession of marijuana under 20 grams, courtesy of criminal defense attorney Tampa.com. Wow, Tampa, that's fitting. Simply possession of marijuana often refers to the misdemeanor offense of possession of less than 20 grams. 20 grams of weed is equal to less than an ounce of an ounce, to be exact. For misdemeanor cases of possessing less than 20 grams of marijuana, the arresting officer can either arrest the person for this crime or issue a notice to appear and release the person at the scene. In some jurisdictions, such as the city of Tampa, an officer with the Tampa Police Department has the discretion to either issue a civil citation or make an arrest for a criminal offense. So why did they choose to arrest her? They could have given her a notice to appear. They arrested her. Was she like,
I don't know.
hey, let's read more from this story. Now I'm getting interested in this. Holy wow. Uh, Johnson added that Morgan bonded out of jail for $3,000 and was released that night at 10:04 p.m. They could have just had her do like a thing to appear. A sheriff's deputy saw the yellow Jeep she was operating crossing over the white and yellow lines of a county road. According to the arrest report, when a Sumter County deputy approached Morgan's vehicle, the odor of marijuana was. She was driving while impaired.
That'll
Uh,
do you in.
huh?
I said that will do ya.
Yeah, that's what that was. Found inside Morgan's vehicle was a small plastic bag containing marijuana and a vape pen that held an oil-like substance. That substance was tested and proven to be marijuana, according to the arrest report. And I'm not going to bother to show the mugshot. So, do you want to talk about these spoilers for SmackDown? We can. We're going to put a
Are
spoiler.
are we doing a show next week?
Uh,
Because it's gonna be Christmas Eve.
Do you have anything going on Christmas Eve?
I mean, I think Santa Claus has to come to my house next week, so I have to, dress up a little bit.
I mean, do you have family coming over and all that stuff, or do you have to go to a family? Or
Yeah, I'm probably away next week.
Then let's just cover it here real quick. So one more warning. So if you don't want spoilers, click away for a few minutes here. So with WWE giving talent time off for the holidays, the December 22nd, 2023 edition of SmackDown was taped right after the live SmackDown on December 15th. Here are the results via Goody Devin, I don't know. Santos Escobar defeats Bobby Lashley with the help of Garza and Humberto. Okay. Dragon Lee defeated Butch to retain the North American Championship. AJ Styles cut a promo dressed in all black. He doesn't give a damn about either Randy Orton and wants Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. LA Knight and Randy Orton interrupted the segment. SmackDown GM Nick Aldis then appeared and made a triple threat match for the New Year's Revolution edition of SmackDown, which the winner will face Reigns at the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair, Shotzi, Zelina Vega, and Mitchin defeated Damage Control. Bianca's team entered on a Christmas tank, and there was a Merry Christmas chant during the match. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, Alba Fire, I almost said Alba Fry, Alba Fire attacked Kyrie Sane at one point. Now, that's random. Kevin Owens defeated Carmelo Hayes. Owens showed respect to Carmelo, and Owens will face Escobar in the U.S. title tournament final. So there's that. AJ Styles versus Solo Sikoa ended in a DQ when Reigns attacked AJ. It was a brawl involving Styles, Knight, Orton, and the Bloodline, with Knight standing tall at the end. I guess we're going to run that program back. AJ Styles, LA Knight and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Which I guess that kind of brings us to our number 3 story, because we talked about Punk, we talked about Liv's arrest, and number 3, AJ Styles made his long-awaited return to the WWE on SmackDown this past Friday. He attacked Roman Reigns and he attacked LA Knight. Now, after what I just read, I guess I was wrong. It's not necessarily a heel turn. He's kind of his own person, his own character. He's not a heel or a face.
He's a tweener.
He's a tweener. Okay.
Yep.
So, Jay, if you watch this, buddy, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You were right. Because Jay and I had sort of a conversation about this. I think you saw it, and it got heat on his part. And so I will say I was wrong. That doesn't taste good to say, but I was wrong. What do you think of this loner AJ?
Oh, I think it's good. He did it in TNA, and it worked out fine there. So, it's just kind of AJ being his old man.
Yeah, I think. Hang on a second. Somebody better be here because I'm getting all these. Oh, my dad. What are you doing? Hang on a split second. I'll just watch what my dad's. It's not important. I think he's trying to blow. I think he's going to turn on the Santa thing out front. Anyway, yeah, this. Here, I'm sorry. This loner gimmick can be good, and I think it will be okay. I think it will be good. I think, like you said, AJ did it in TNA. It was kind of weird, though. I mean, it was kind of weird because he also changed his style up in wrestling. He didn't just wear black tights and that was it. He also had a different style of wrestling.
Well, if I remember correctly, this is like right around the time when he started, getting to right around when he would join the Bullet Club with New Japan. So it kind of made sense. And now he's jacked. He is.
Oh, he's ripped. So is
whatever
Randy.
Yeah. Well, the people are joking and saying whatever program that Orton's on, AJ was on too.
Right. So he attacks the Bloodline and he attacks LA Knight, and then he just leaves, and Randy Orton just kind of looks at him, like, bro, what? And that was a nice touch. So we're going to see where AJ Styles goes with this tweener role. Next story up. What else did we say? I know we had other things. We also, Roman Reigns also returned on SmackDown. The Roman Reigns. Now Roman is back, at least for now. But according to reports, he won't be here after WrestleMania 40.
Of course not. He's going to lose the title.
Hopefully, because if you're gonna, well, first of all, I say hopefully. I hope that if he's leaving after WrestleMania 40, it's not because of a leukemia thing or
No.
anything like that. I hope he's healthy and all that stuff.
To be fair with Roman though, it's not like he has a hard schedule anymore. The dude is literally this was literally the first time we've seen him since I think like September.
True.
He hasn't wrestled since October. No, he didn't even have a match in October. We haven't seen him since SummerSlam
Let's see. I'll tell you.
because after
I
the
think his last opponent was LA Knight. Yeah.
that's what yep. So that was October then
Uh,
or September.
that was in November, November 4th.
Oh, okay. But still,
Yeah.
he's had like 5 matches this year. It's not
Yeah.
like the guy's overworking himself.
Right, which is probably a smart thing because you don't want to risk that
Well, he's not
chances.
exactly injured. He's not exactly injury prone.
No, no, but
But
you don't want
but
to risk you don't want to risk the say you don't want to risk increasing the chances of his leukemia coming back.
how would how would his leukemia come back by wrestling?
Well, like, can't you like take like a bump or whatever, and you can. I'm not saying
I
it'll
don't
come back from bump, but
I don't I don't I don't think you take a random bump and then you're like, oh, I have the leukemia again. I mean, that'd be really messed. That'd be a really messed up turn of events.
right. So yeah,
Cody's Crossroads. No,
and you think Cody needs to use the story of WrestleMania? As
yes,
does I think that too. But again, there's CM there, and yeah, he'll probably end up with Rollins. But man, think about the money of Punk versus Roman.
we're
The
gonna get
money
it eventually.
instead of doing Punk and Rollins and Cody, run the Cody Seth program back. Let that be for the title, for the World Championship, and let Punk battle Roman.
Nope,
Why not?
nope,
That would be just as good.
because Cody has to finish the story at WrestleMania 40. It's not. He doesn't care. The whole story was about winning the WWE title. He doesn't care about the World Heavyweight title. The World Heavyweight title does not finish the Dusty Rhodes story. He said his father never won the WWE title. That's what he wants to win. And by beating Roman Reigns and getting the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, he finishes the story.
What about this? Because think about it. So Cody wants to win the title that his daddy never held, but he wants to, and he also wants to compete. Daddy never made evented in, right? What if
No,
Cody loses? Just hear me out. Hear me out. It still winds up being Cody versus Seth at WrestleMania, and it winds up being Punk Roman. Punk beat Seth beats Cody, but hear me out. And then next time they go to Madison Square Garden, they could do that they can do Cody versus Punk for the World Championship, and Cody could win it there. Win the championship his daddy never held in the arena his daddy never main evented.
no.
Too far?
Only I know because the story is he beats Roman. He has because last year Roman embarrassed him. He had a chicken thrown at his head after he got beat by a chicken, basically. And he will face Seth. He will face CM Punk eventually. All these matches are going to happen eventually. But the story is Cody goes to WrestleMania 40. And this time, Roman, without Solo Sakilla, or this time Cody actually plans for Solo coming out and Jimmy coming out, hits the Crossroads or the Disaster Kick, or hell, whatever Dusty Rhodes' finisher was on Roman. Gets the 1, 2, 3. Brandy comes in, his kids come in, fireworks go off in Philly. and they fade to black with Cody Rhodes finally finishing the story.
First thing, I believe Dusty's finisher was like the bionic elbow.
Yeah,
Um,
he does. I think.
Second, Cody only has one daughter. He only has one kid. So he's not his kids, but his kid with brain
Pump,
injury.
pump one out quickly.
Damn.
Just adopt a child for the night.
You know what? Just do what they did with do what they did back in 2018. Just use a referee's kid.
Mm.
The ridiculous.
Yes, of course.
He has an action figure now. By the way, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be at WrestleMania, so I will be very annoyed if. Yeah, it would be absolutely. It'd be hilarious and annoying if Cody somehow lost. Could you imagine he falls for the solo spike again? Like, okay, Solo's gone. Solo's gone.
The hat trick 3 times.
If he falls for he falls for the same trick as he did last year, and another chicken comes at his head.
You better bring one with you just in case. I want to know how they got that thing in the arena.
You just sneak it in. Who cares about a rubber chicken?
But who thinks, you know what? I'm going to go to a wrestling event tonight. Guess what I'm bringing with me? What can I bring with me? Let's see. I got a glass here. No. I got this I could use as a weapon to plug in. No. I know. I'm going to bring a rubber chicken and throw it at whoever is in the ring.
You know, not for nothing, that person's aim was great. He really almost got Cody.
It's like people who bring a beach ball to wrestling shows. Why?
Oh, I was at those shows at Brooklyn when the Beach Ball Mania happened, and they started banning them.
Hey, were you there for the Fandango stuff?
I was not.
You were not there for the
Da, 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 da. But you know what? I picture a Cody's going for the crossroads, and a beach ball just comes flying in, hits him. No, spear. Roman wins again.
qualification interference from who? I don't
WrestleMania,
know, but it was interference.
WrestleMania 40 goes off the air at disqualification.
I don't remember what pay per view it was, but Gunther, I believe it was actually WrestleMania this year. Gunther versus Drew versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental title. And at one point, a fly just came in and just flew on his cheek. Was it Gunther versus Drew versus Sheamus, or was it just Gunther versus Sheamus?
No, it was a three-way.
I know, but I'm wondering, was it that match or a different match? It doesn't matter. But anyway, so he was wrestling, and all of a sudden the fly kind of just flies around, hits him right here, and I'm like, referee, what are you doing? That's interference.
It'd be a triple. It'd be a triple threat match. You can't disqualify anybody for that.
I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to remember what match that was. Let's see if I even have the photo still. Because I know I took a photo.
WrestleMania 40, live from Philly. It's gonna be cold.
I'm not seeing it. I sent it though. I think I sent it.
That damn ref.
Maybe it was SummerSlam. Saturday, August 5th. Yeah, I think that was SummerSlam.
Wow. Wow.
Wait, was that a singles match at SummerSlam that he had? I believe it was.
Yeah.
That's why we have the internet, folks. Yeah, Gunther defeated Drew McIntyre by pinfall. Um, so yeah, technically that should have been a disqualification. But no, I can't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes needing to beat Roman to finish. I
Look,
see it.
it's gonna happen eventually. Cody versus Rollins will happen. It just won't happen around. It can happen at Survivor Series. It can happen at Money in the Bank. It could happen at SummerSlam. It could happen at next year's Rumble or next year's WrestleMania.
I guess I
All
think
good
Punk,
things come to those who wait.
especially if Roman is done after WrestleMania 40, you got to get that Punk Roman match. You got
He's
to get that Punk Roman.
Roman's not going to be done. He's just going to be taking time off.
Mm.
They're probably
Let's
going to write it. They'll probably write him off the next night.
uh,
Like have Solo spike him.
let's continue things here. AEW has lost $34 million this year.
Oof.
That's a that's that's um that's a pretty way to. That's not a. I'm sorry. That's not a pretty sight. You lost 34. You lost $34 million.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, I have several AEW stories here. I'm gonna read. Um,
Okay,
also,
I'm just gonna move my location, so I'm just gonna mute and turn off my camera quickly. So I
okay,
will
pulling up all
rejoin like the whole convo in a minute.
pull up all these stories real quick. By the way, Kenny Omega is also out. He has to have surgery for diverticulitis, so thoughts and prayers go out to him. Um, where's that story about AEW? Okay, I got it right here. So as soon as he comes back, I will go ahead and read this. But hey, if you're new to this channel, real quick, do us a favor. Um, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the FCTENT. Please do that for us. Also, if you like this video, smash that like button. Smash it. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. We upload new content weekly. And yes, um, hopefully Troy and I will come at you at some point next weekend with a fun holiday episode for you. We may not
Yes,
review
and
weekend
don't
wrestling.
don't forget to comment.
Mm-hmm.
We need the
Comment.
interactions.
I'm sorry.
I said we need the interactions. It helps with the algorithm.
Does help with the algorithm, please. Please, and thank you for 12,500 views on this channel. We really, really appreciate it. Make sure I got that number right. We actually probably have more. But I have several stories here. Yeah, we have 12,500 views as of December 11th. So we probably are going to have more after this. So thank you, everybody. Um, we really appreciate you guys supporting us. Means more than you know. Um, anyway, let's talk about this AEW losing $34 million. It says this is from SlamWrestling.net. AEW estimated to lose $34 million in 2023. Um, and it says the wrestling industry's foremost number cruncher and bean counter, Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics, is painting a grim picture of AEW's financials for 2023. According to Thurston's estimations, AEW is on its way to losing $34 million this year. He says, quote, for 2023, I estimate AEW will generate about $154 million in net revenue, an increase from $100 million estimated for 2022, he writes in his report. Like the WWE does in their reports, Thurston broke down AEW's expenses into media, live events, and consumer products. Media is thought to be 60% of AEW's total revenue and estimated at $98 million. And he says, quote, I estimated any given taping of Dynamite or Collision costs about $650,000 per episode to produce. According to Khan at a press conference in May, WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, is paying AEW more since Collision was added as an additional weekly touring event. At a minimum, I believe WBD is compensating AEW enough to allow the wrestling company to cover substantial costs from the added weekly live event. Therefore, I'm estimating an instrumental media revenue related to Collision as about $34 million on an annualized basis, per, prorated for 2023 to $18 million, as there will be just 27 episodes this year for the show that debuted in June. That brings the estimated US TV revenue to about $68 million. Euro. This is a lot of numbers. Holy cow. This is a lot of
Indeed.
this is a lot of numbers, and I was never good at math. Thurston estimates that pay-per-view buys generated $19.4 million for AEW and will pocket $34 million in ticket sales for the year, not counting December's take. The total take of product licensing Thurston estimates to be $11.3 million. As far as how much is being shelled out to talent, Thurston says, quote, I assume the average talent is paid $450,000 annually. I counted 188 roster members based listed on AEW's official website. That brings total talent compensation to about $85 million. Good Lord. Good Lord. If you want to read the rest of this stuff, go to slamwrestling.net. It has all the info there. But damn, that was quite a lot of numbers. But $34 million in a year is not good. I don't care who you are, company you work for, how you want to excuse it. There is no excusing losing $34 million.
No, it's less than ideal for AEW,
It is.
but at the same time, Tony Khan does have a lot of money. Not he doesn't have like an endless amount of money,
Right.
but sometimes in business you got to take risks, and they don't always pay off. And unfortunately for Tony Khan, they really haven't paid off as much as it probably should have for him this year.
Yeah. Unfortunately. And, the thing is, a lot of big stars in AEW this year. You had CM Punk at the start. He had MJF. He had Adam Copeland. He had Christian. He had a lot of stars. He had Chris Jericho, which, for better or worse, whether you like him or you don't, you can't deny he's a huge name. And since I just said that, I guess I got to throw in the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, despite the fact that I loathe them. They're still
And
big.
not to mention they did run a pretty big show over there in the UK this year.
True.
And I give them credit. I give them credit for that because it's not easy to generate that much.
But then you got to take away the credit you gave them because of all the stuff that happened backstage.
I mean, they still made a lot of money, and a lot of fans still went. And the backstage stuff was just freaking Jack Perry being the most influential person in this company today. Because if he didn't make that stupid little glass comment, CM Punk wouldn't have gone there. He wouldn't have punched him in the face. He wouldn't have threatened Tony Khan.
Oh, that.
And then Punk.
Yeah,
and then Punk. Oh, what reason would Punk would have to have gone up to Jack Perry and be like, "Okay, motherfucker, you want to do this? You make that you make that glass comment."
Jack Perry, but somebody else could have pissed him off too. Would have pissed him off because before Jack Perry remembered that it was the EVPs that pissed him off, and they had that
Yeah,
fight.
but he kept them far away from the EVPs afterwards. That's why he lasted as long as he did the second run because they kept them apart.
That's true. That is
It was
true.
it wasn't until Jack Perry said, "Look at this real glass." Ha 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 ha.
Actually, I actually had the exact quote in my head. He goes, "See that?" And then he goes, "Real glass. Go cry me a river."
And then Punk's in the back like, "Oh,
Oh,
oh, you motherfucker."
Punk was thinking in the back. I bet when you bring your ass up here, one of us.
And then you got Tony Khan just be like, "Well, guys, please stop fighting, please."
And I was never more afraid for my life than now. Fuck off.
CM
Imagine
Punk was gonna put me.
imagine
CM
if that
Punk was
happened.
gonna put me in the Anaconda Vice.
Imagine if that had happened in front of Vince McMahon. You know what Vince would have done? He would have gotten involved.
Oh, Vince McMahon would be like, "Yeah, come on, pal, punch me. I wanna see myself bleed."
Right. Yeah. All right, pal. You want to fight? All right. Fight me. Fight.
Okay, pal, you wanna fight? I'm a 70-year-old man. I can take it.
Come on, come
I
on.
beat the U.S. government. I think I can beat your ass.
I beat the U.S. government several times. You're no match for me, son. Yeah, damn, I hurt my toe doing that. Yeah, if that had happened in front of Vince, Punk would have been fired right there on the spot. Jack Perry would have been fired there on the spot. But not before. But if Punk had tried to lunge at Vince McMahon, McMahon would have been like, "What? What are you going to do? Oh! You're lunging at me? Oh, you want to do this? You want to do this, pal? Are you sure about that? All right, hold up. Let me just take my suit off. All right, let's go."
Mean, Meanwhile, Tony Khan, CM Punk comes like within 5 feet of him. Someone save me! I've never feared for my life more.
He's getting near me, and he doesn't want to hug
6 feet apart. No.
unless he's
I,
coming in.
I,
Unless he's
I
coming
threw a
in
muffin at him.
from Mindy's Bakery. Yeah,
Hey
I
guys,
want.
I don't know why CM Punk's so pissed off. All I did was not give him a limo when he came here to England.
I watched that press conference just a couple days ago out of boredom, because I watched stuff out of boredom, and that was just funny. You watch hindsight being 2020 now. You're like, that's that. Because I also watched this interview that Punk did in 2019, where he like an interview at Starcast, and they're like, "So, are you going to go to AEW? Are you going to go to WWE? Blah 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 blah." And Punk's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home after this," because it was
Yeah,
2019 at the time. He wasn't in the business in 2019. He was doing like independent movies and stuff like that. Um, I think he was actually promoting "Girl on the 13th Floor" or something like that. I can't
mm,
remember the exact name of the movie, but he was promoting that. He was promoting another project, um, and then 2021 rolls around. Guess who's back in guess who's back in wrestling? Phil Brooks. And then that CM Punk MJF promo the day brilliant, was brilliant. And um, then it kind of went after that MJF stuff. It all went downhill pretty much. Eddie Kingston tried, but like it's not because they try to make it. That's the problem right there with AEW is they try to turn their stuff real. Like their feuds and stuff, they really don't like each other,
yeah,
and they try to exploit that, which is really weird. It doesn't always dislike for each other doesn't always correlate in good matches and good feuds. Because
Yeah,
sometimes your hate for somebody can cloud your judgment, and you go off a little too much, and you say something that you're going to regret down the line. And so I think there needs to be if you're going to do one of those kinds of storylines where it's based in reality, okay, base it in reality, but don't make it all reality. You can pepper
yeah,
in "I'm better than you" or um, stuff like that, if that makes any sense.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so we were talking about Punk. What were we talking about here before? Oh, we were talking about AEW losing money, and then we went off on that Punk
yeah.
thing. Um, yeah, no, AEW. Do you think they'll have a successful 2024?
Probably. I mean, they're bound to bounce back.
They gotta bounce back, right? I mean, it's every what was the everybody loves a good comeback. Have you ever seen that clip
Yeah.
from you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What am I talking about?
No clue.
So there's this blooper from a show called Parks and Recreation, which was a comedy on NBC, starring Amy Poehler and Chris Pratt, a couple other people, and the blooper was like Amy Fuller's character goes, everybody loves a good comeback story, right? And then she goes on to name a few of them. She names the Mighty Ducks, Seabiscuit, and then Chris Pratt's character goes, Kim Kardashian, right? And they'll look at him like, what? Well, what? He goes, she had come on her back, I think, in that video. That's just and everybody just busted up laughing like it was ridiculous. But anyway, if you ever get a chance to see that blooper, check it out. It's hilarious. Um, one other thing we're going to discuss here is uh, Charlotte Flair being out for 9 months. Is it a coincidence she's out for 9 months here? I mean,
No,
because it's
no, she's legit hurt.
okay. So it's not like I'm hurt, but I'm gonna go have a baby, so I'm not really hurt.
I mean, there's always an off chance that she gets pregnant during this, but she wouldn't. She would be sure to either not perform the action or make sure that the action is very protected, especially during WrestleMania season.
Yeah. I mean, Becky didn't really. I mean, Becky got pregnant when she was in the middle of her biggest run. Um,
Yeah, but I think that was more of Seth being like, "No,
we're not. We're
we're
not. We're having a kid now,
we're having a kid. Screw your push.
right? Right.
It's
Screw
the
you.
pandemic."
Screw your push. I want to screw your puss. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
And demonetized.
that. Bro, we've been demonetized. What do you mean?
Well, we can't be demonetized if we're not even monetized to begin with.
True. But no. Um, Charlotte out for 9 months. That's a huge blow to that women's roster. Do you bring somebody up from NXT to kind of take her spot at that point, or
Nope.
what do you do?
Just
You just
gotta work with what you got.
yeah. I mean, as far as the babyface side of WWE's SmackDown, they got Bianca Belair, they got Shotzi, they got Mia Yim, they got Zelina Vega, and I think that's just about it. I
You're
think
gonna
that
get Bailey soon.
mm,
But Bailey's gonna face Io at WrestleMania.
does Bailey beat Io at WrestleMania?
I could see it happening because Bailey really hasn't ever had the big WrestleMania moment, so it'd be a nice touch.
Didn't she win the fatal four-way match at WrestleMania 33 for the women's
I was
title?
at that show, and I can assure you, not a single soul in that arena
Gave a fuck.
gave a shit because we were tired. It was 11 o'clock at night. We've been sitting outside in the Florida sun for almost 10 hours.
It looked pretty
We just
windy.
we got done with a freaking Seth Rollins and Triple H match. We still had Undertaker and Roman coming up. We could not care any less about freaking Bailey or a 4 Women's match that had Nia Jax in it.
But you guys, but you guys got to see The Rock, right? Was
Brock
that?
wasn't at that. No, he
I'm
wasn't at that show.
He was at WrestleMania 31. That's what it was. You guys got to
Yeah.
see, you got to see Undertaker's intro live, his entrance live. That's cool. You guys got to see what else did you guys get to see? I'm trying to remember. You guys got to
We,
see the
we yeah, the Hardy's return was pretty cool.
yeah, that was a cool thing. Um, trying to,
We had the best set.
you guys
It was
had
the
that was
that was the
cool.
coolest set. That was the roller coaster set.
Yep, yep. Which it makes sense that Florida had the roller coaster set
Yeah,
because Universal Studios and Disney World and Sea World. Um, yeah, I mean that was a pretty cool set. And I'm not saying that show was bad. I mean, it was a great show. It was just long,
it
but
was a fine show.
you also got to see Brock and Goldberg. I mean,
That was pretty cool.
to experience Goldberg's entrance live, I can only imagine. I think
Yeah, something.
coolest. I think the coolest person I saw live at a wrestling show was uh, Shawn Michaels, probably, or DX. It was cool because after the match, he was coming by, he was clapping fans' hands. He didn't clap mine, but I touched his shoulder. So you got
Mm.
my yeah. I'm like, I touched Shawn Michael. Pause. I
One of these days, I've got to rank like all the WrestleManias that I've been to, like fan experience wise.
How many have you been to?
8,
Wow, wow.
going on 9.
You guys must be rich. You can afford to go to 8 WrestleManias. Damn.
I mean, I'm not that rich, but at the same time, the prices aren't like always stupid insane. I just know when to like look for them.
When do you usually look?
Last year, I got them for a 2 day combo. It was like one something for Dallas. I got them in November. This year, unfortunately, I expected the same thing to happen, but the prices are still for the 2 day combo are still in the 700s. So I'm just gonna have to buy separate tickets for each day.
Damn. Um, uh, I had a really cool experience at a wrestling show. I don't think he knows this. I have a buddy of mine. His name is Nader, and he owns his own liquor store. And he he was doing business with this vendor, and no, my dog's just going off in the background. You can hear that. Um, But no, I had he was doing business, and these vendors were like, "Hey, we got these 2 tickets for the Pepsi Center. Do you want them?" And he said, "Sure." And next time WWE was coming into town, we already had tickets to go see WWE live, and so he's like, "Christian, guess what?" I'm like, "Well," and I was already excited because I mean, we were gonna go see. We were gonna get. I got to see Goldberg return at that show. That was the Raw where Goldberg returned after 12 years.
Mm.
So that was pretty cool. And also the seats that we had, I promise you, these were seats you cannot buy. You have to
Mm.
know people to have these seats. Thank goodness they knew people. And it was box seats with all you can eat buffet and an open bar. So, I mean, we got lucky there. I mean, aside from Goldberg, the rest of the show was kind of blah. I mean, for Pete's sake, they had the cruiserweights main eventing the show. I mean, because that was still when they were trying to make the cruiserweights a thing, if you remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Charlotte's out for 9 months, and we wish her a speedy recovery. We wish Kenny Omega a speedy recovery. Just don't come back to wrestling, please.
He has what Brock had.
Diverticulitis. Yeah, and that I guess that's the name of that. I guess that's the F5 finisher name in Fight Forever is diverticulitis.
Yeah, that was a nice little
Jab,
uh yeah, not really jab, just like kind of like an inside joke.
little Easter egg. If you get it, you get it.
Yeah, Easter egg. Like it's not exactly a shot at him. I
Mhm.
mean, he might take offense. I don't know how Brock would feel about it, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's what Brock had. That's what made him retire.
And shout out to his daughter too, because she
His daughter's a. I don't
his
know how to feel.
yeah,
The daughter's a freaking is a goddamn clone of him.
basically, yeah,
I
basically,
can't look at her. I can't look at her. I just see Brock with a wig.
yeah, yeah. One other thing, and then we'll get out of here. I'm going to send a special shout out to this YouTube channel, the Crafty Author. Um, she just hit 49,000 subscribers today. So, Crafty Author, if you ever see this, I love you. Congratulations on all your success. And with that said, damn, I almost got emotional saying that. Why? What is wrong with me? Um, but with that being said, he's Tro. I'm CJ. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.